Welcome to the Sixer Standard with Ryan and Clark. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And tonight was a tough one. It was a tough loss for the Sixers as they fall to the Celtics 114 to 98, evening up the season series with the team this season. And I gotta admit, this night definitely highlighted a lot for the team in regards to depth. I know right now the Sixers don't have any regarding Embiid and George being out and Nurse not playing three other guys. So it definitely was a tough game for the Sixers, but overall the Celtics just dominated, especially on the glass tonight. Just going over the game. Maxey had 33 and 6, Edgecombe had 23 and 5, Barlow had 14, and Drummond had 10. It's pretty much what you got from the Sixers. That's really what you got from the Sixers, and it showed. It definitely looked like the Maxey and Edgecombe show. But gonna want to give some love to the winning team, which was the Boston Celtics. Queta had 27 and 17. He had a double double at halftime. He had 16 and 10 at the half. Brown 27, 8 and 8. White 21, 6 and 8. Sherman with 12, and Vucevic was a double double himself off the bench, 11 and 12. Some key points I wanted to take from this game, and I think a lot of people who watch kind of saw it as well. Definitely where the Sixers lost this game is the rebounding. I think that showed pretty evidently. Um, the rebound differential was 59 for the Celtics, 37 to the Sixers. Um, I just think that just shows it all right there. 19 offensive rebounds to the Sixers 10. Defensive rebounds 40 to the Sixers 27. Points in the paint, Celtics won 42 to 36. And I think the biggest point to the game is why the Celtics won second chance points, 30 to 10. That just highlighted it all right there. Of course, Embiid was needed. He couldn't play tonight, and he's probably going to miss the next 3 games, as they said. Then that's when they're going to evaluate his knee, or shin, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think the biggest reason why the Celtics won this one was the dominance on the boards. They completely had the energy of the game, and that was highlighted by Queta. And another key point I wanted to highlight about the game, so why I think the Sixers might have lost was I want to say definitely it came down to the role players, and I think their team and their collection of guys was just better than the Sixers tonight. Boston has a bunch of versatile players. And if you can't match it, you're gonna get ran out the gym. And early on, the Sixers kept up, but I think, yeah, after a while, the Celtics kind of honed down on everything and started hitting shots, and those three partners started bombing. Another key point I wanted to highlight was the 3-point shooting. I think right there kind of showed where Boston took over. I know in the box score showed that it was close. Sixers made 12, Celtics made 16, but you got to spread that around. And looking at Edgecombe and Maxey shot 9 or 22 from three. I think that's kind of where you kind of see a lot of where the Sixers 3 pointers made came from. 9 of them from that 12 came from Maxey and Edgecombe right there. And the other ones came from Drummond was 2 for 4, and Grimes hit 1 of 3. And I just don't think that's definitely not good. That they're gonna cut it against the Celtics. Andre Drummond is your third best shooter that night. Definitely not gonna get it done. And for the Celtics, and this is what I mean by spreading it, the Celtics, White 5 for 11, Brown 2 for 6, Hauser 2 for 9, Sherman 2 for 9, Vucevic 3 6, Walsh 2 for 4. 3 pointers are just bombing away and it's spread it around, and that's what I think that was the real big difference in the game because it looked like every time the Sixers were to catch a run, it seemed like a role player was hitting a big shot, whether Sherman right before the half hitting the 3 pointer. And I think Brown hit really timely shots. It seems like whenever Maxey or Edgecombe got going a little bit, it would cut the lead to maybe a 5 or 7. And Brown would hit a tough shot, push it to 9. Brown would hit a tough shot, push it back to 7. Brown will always get the key timely shots or make the big timely play to get one of them open role players going. And I definitely wanted to highlight Quitter this night. He brought the energy, and I think he was a big reason why the domination happened on the glass. As you can see, he had 17 boards. He had he had 10 at halftime. And just watching it, he had key big moments in the game. He had a big block at the end of the third when the Sixers were on a run. Down in the fourth in the stretch when the Sixers kind of cut it to about 5. He made a big and one, cut it back to 7. When they cut it down to about 7, I'm sorry, when they cut it down to 9, he had another big offensive rebound and a dunk, put it right back to 11. and it just kind of showed where Bona and Drummond is right now. They're not bad players, of course. I just think it was Quater's night, and he out hustled them. There definitely were a group of Sixers around the ball, but he just would tap it, somebody would go around and grab it. And I think just the energy of it, that extra effort, I think is what got the Sixers tonight. And I mean, like I said, it was a bad loss. They're coming off a 3-game winning streak, and they do have the Spurs coming up. So it's going to get tough for the Sixers again because they just lost to the Knicks pretty bad. So they're going to try and get a win back on the Sixers for sure. But tonight, I definitely would say that I think the night went to Queta and his efforts. He definitely dominated the glass and pulled away from the Sixers. Brown had a good game as well. Like I said, he hit timely shots, and the Sixers doubled him a lot. I wasn't sure as to why that was, but they doubled him a lot, and they got the ball out of his hands, which led to, like I said, spreading around and guys hit open shots. I think that Shaman bucket right before the half was big. Sixers they cut it to 9, and he hit that 3-pointer and cut it to 12, up to the 12. And I think that's just what ultimately got the Sixers. And another negative takeaway I would say from the Sixers in this one, Maxey had a bad shooting night. I know he had 33, but he got it on 34 shots. So and you can't really fault him for it because it seemed like the rest of the team couldn't really get going. So it's hard to really get on Maxey about the bad shooting when he was the offense, and that's pretty much what he had to do. He still was able to get 6 assists out of it, which is good. But I mean, I think the obvious is without Embiid, without George, the offense cannot get going. Like I said, there was a little bit of effort. I did like Barlow again tonight. He got some steals and hit some timely threes as well. Him and Drummond. Oh, no, sorry, not timely three. But he hit some big shots and as well. But I like what they did, man. They tried. They definitely gave the effort. It's just that I think once that the ball was spreading and going around for Boston so much that it kind of I think it overwhelmed them. And seeing all the threes bombing from everywhere and everybody was going, excuse me, I think it just ultimately it got to them. And they got the Spurs coming up next. That's going to be a good game as well. It doesn't look good because, of course, I don't think Embiid's playing that night, so I don't think that's gonna be too good for the Sixers. But we'll definitely see what happens, and this team can bounce back. And I think the role players just need to play better. Maxey and Edgecombe can't carry the load. They definitely can't. Barlow gave 14, Drummond gave 10. I think Grimes should have had a better game. He only had 5. Bona, you gotta show it. I mean, you see what can happen with. I think Bona is a good example. I mean, Quaid is a good example of Bona as well. I think he can do the same thing for the Sixers, and I think he'll get there. I think right now he's still learning and things like that, so I think he'll get there. But I hope that motivated Bona to see like, okay, I can. This is what I really can become for this team because Quaid brought it tonight, and it definitely showed big time. And I think the rest of the team, like I said, it's just a tough loss. And uh, also got to say a little bit, Missoula outcoached Nurse tonight. I don't know if Nurse lost trust in Edwards, but I'm sorry, not Edwards and Walker, but I don't know why he didn't play tonight. I don't know, and I didn't see Cameron Payne tonight either. So I'm a little bit surprised of what's been going on and why some people didn't get in or what's been going on. The depth really would have been good tonight, but Missoula definitely was showing around and what was going on, and definitely was getting guys open. And I like what the Celtics did tonight overall. Let me know what you guys think about this game. Did you guys think it was Quater or Brown who really was the player tonight? What you guys think about the Sixers and Spurs coming up? I think the Sixers are in for it, but the schedule does get a little lighter after that. Spurs game, they have the Hawks, they have not the Hawks, sorry, the Hawks beat them 3 times, that ain't nice, but they have the Jazz, the Hawks, the Grizzlies coming up, and the Cavaliers. I think those are definitely some winnable games for the Sixers. So all is not lost. So Sixers fans don't get too down, and I think they can bounce back. I just think tonight was just a better team lost. Celtics weren't the same team when the Sixers played them 3 times earlier in the year. And I think Brown is the leading MVP guy right now. So it's definitely a different team, and it's definitely highlighted some things for the team, but it's okay. Sixers are gonna bounce back, and it's definitely a tough loss, but things will get better. I think so. I think so. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.